How about we do that? Can you guys hear me now? Give me a thumb if you can hear me. Let me know if you can hear me. There we go. Appreciate you, Bis Rise. Bis Rays. I hope I'm pronouncing that right. I hope I'm pronouncing that right. So yeah, man. I'm at the house today. Eli Oakley. Appreciate you, bro. So I'm at the house today. I never get a chance to record from the house. The house is always noisy. But I am at the house today. Had an issue with the truck, and so hadn't went live in a while. Figured I'd go on and go live with you guys. I do got something that I want to share with you. I'm not sure if it's going to be of interest to you or not. I got a viewer that left me a comment that I would like to address here on this live stream. So if this is something that's cool with you, that lines up with where you are in trucking, feel free to stick around for a few minutes. But if it's not, if this don't line up with where you are right now in trucking, you know, I understand, I get it. So I wouldn't expect you to stick around. So, but this comment that this viewer left me deals with the fear that new truck drivers feel. They deal with the fear. Highway Kurt, love your channel. Appreciate you, bro. I appreciate you being here, man, and I appreciate you letting me know that. It's always good to hear people appreciate your work, right? So yeah, in this video, I'm gonna talk about the fear that an individual that is looking to become a trucker would feel. Again, if this is something that lines up with where you are in trucking right now, feel free to stick around. I'm gonna chat about that for a few minutes. But if this doesn't line up with where you are, I got no problem. I got no problem at all if you don't stick around. I understand that, right? Laz F. Diz says, yo, my boy DMX, we here, we in the house, right? So a viewer, Jordan Cawthorn, hope I pronounced your name right. He's a subscriber here on the channel. And he left me a message. He left a message, and I'm going to respond to his message here in this video. And his message essentially deals with the insecurity and the fear that an individual that's looking to get into trucking might feel. So let me just read his comment, and then I'll get into the content. We can bug out for a few minutes, right? Again, this gentleman's name is Jordan Cawthorn. This video is for you, bro. If you see this, all right? It says, hey, my name is Jordan. I'm currently trying to start my truck driving career. I have no experience. My dad just and this is a long message, by the way, y'all. I don't know if y'all can see this or not. You can't see. Yeah, this is a long message. So just bear with it. I'm going to read it here, though, right? I'm currently trying to start my truck driving career. I have no experience. My dad just so happens to be a pastor / truck driver that wants to one day become an owner operator. So he's the one I ask about truck driving, and he just so happens to be a big fan of yours. Jordan Cawthorn, your dad is a smart dude if he's a fan of the Helpful Trucker, bro. Absolutely. And he actually referred me to you. Kudos to your pops, man. I'm leaning towards going to a free driving school and then getting my CDL that way. Then, since I don't have a family on my own yet, I'm actually cool with doing OTR for a while just to gain some good experience and grinding it out that way. Then one day, I also want to become an owner operator. I'm from Shreveport, Louisiana, so I do want to go venture out. I just have those fears of what ifs because I don't want to go anywhere and then be stuck in some situation you don't want to be in, you know? Yes, I do know, Jordan. Now, I do know going to free school might entail getting stuck with that company for some time, but I'm fine with that. I'm ready to drive. When I do finish school and get my CDL and start an entry-level job, I will be grateful with the pay because I'm willing to grind my way up the ranks. On the other hand, I do know some of these companies out here will chew you up and spit you out. So I guess I'm not exactly trying to ask you where should I go to get started, because with this business, I understand everyone has their own situations, experiences, and different starts. So even though you started way before I did with trucking, how did you get over those fears when you first started your career? Thank you. So want to let Jordan Cawthorn, let him know I appreciate you for reaching out to me and shooting me that comment, giving me so much context, giving me something to talk about in a video, bro. And I appreciate the likes that you guys put up as well. So that's what I'm going to respond to in this video. I want to talk about the fear and the insecurity that Jordan is asking about when looking at coming into the trucking profession. For you guys that are here live, again, this is unexpected. I didn't announce the live, so if you just hopped on, just because you like, yo, my man, the helpful trucker is on, and I'm talking about a subject now that don't really interest you. That's fine. I'm cool if you don't stick around. But if this is in your lane, stick around. I'm gonna talk about some stuff. I got an opinion on this right here. So the first thing I want to talk about is well, first thing, let me address free. Jordan said he plans to go to a free CDL school, and he doesn't have a problem with working for the company after a while. So I just want to touch on this. Jordan sounds like he knows this already, but Jordan, there's no such thing as free CDL training. Again, it sounds like you know this, but I just want to take a few seconds just to clear that up. You're gonna pay for it on the back end, in driving for the company that trains you, basically. Again, it sounds like you understand that already, but there are still people that ask about free CDL school. Okay, 50 years old and need a career pronto, so this is a good topic. Absolutely, Eli Oakley. What was I saying? Where was I? Yeah. So yeah, there's no such thing as free CDL training. Okay. Just want to lay that out. A lot of people, I see people still asking around about that. So, but again, it sounds like Jordan is prepared to pay for that on the back end. So I don't want to harp on that point too long. Let's get into the fear, right? So in my opinion, I've been driving a truck now for 5 years. And in my opinion, the fear and the insecurity that Jordan is speaking about right now, that he feels or is saying that he feels, to me, will be felt at every turn in your trucking career. Okay, I've made a video about this in the past. I've been driving for 5 years now, and in the last 5 years, I've had my truck on different jobs. Right now, I'm pulling an open top chip trailer, which is like a van, but it's open at the top. I've also pulled a regular van trailer before with the swing doors on the back. And then I pulled flatbed before as well. So I've had my truck on different jobs. And on each one of those jobs that I've had my truck on, there was a learning curve. Like, you got to figure it out. Okay. So right now, Jordan is going through the learning curve of getting his CDL. He says he's currently trying to start his truck driving career. He has no experience. I'm assuming he already has a CDL. I'm going to assume that. Okay. So right now, the learning curve that Jordan is on, let's just say he's on the learning curve of just getting his first job. He just got his CDL, and now he's trying to get settled in with a company, right? So, once you just get your first job, no matter what it is, you're going to be training for a while. And after 3 to 6 months, you're going to start to get comfortable in that position, right? And you're going to start to figure out what you need to do in order to maximize that opportunity that you're at that point. Okay. But you're not going to walk in the door of that first company knowing the best way to do everything in order to make the most money, or in order to take as much of advantage of an opportunity as you can. You're just not going to walk in the door like that. It's going to take you 3, 4, 5, 6 months of going through the routine, going through the steps, figuring out how the dispatcher works, figuring out how the company dispatches, figuring out where you like to go, figuring out which runs work you more, which runs work you less. And after, a few months of doing that, then you're going to start to get comfortable, and you can start to figure out, okay, this is what I need to do. So that's the learning curve, right? That's the learning curve that I talk about. And the fear or the insecurity that you're talking about right now just comes as a result of not knowing what to expect, what's in the future. But you're going to feel that at every turn, every step of the way. Once you feel your way out and you're with your first company, right? You got your training in. You've been with them for 6 or 7 months or however long. After you've been with them for a year, what's going to happen? I see you guys commenting as well. Continue to please drop your comments. I'm going to read back through them in just a few minutes. But after you've been with that company for a year or so, what's going to happen is you're going to say, okay, now I've got some experience behind the wheel now. So there's going to be more opportunities that open up to you. And you're going to start looking for the next place to go. And when you get to that next place, it's going to be the same learning curve all over again. You're going to kind of feel that same feeling of insecurity all over again whenever you go into some new area in trucking. And you're never going to walk in the door and know the best way to do everything. And like I said, the point that I'm trying to make is, over the course of my last 5 years of it being in trucking, every situation, there was a learning curve to deal with, right? There was a bit of insecurity and fear to deal with, right? So, but what happens again is once you start to do it over and over and over again, you get familiar with it. You get cool with it, right? Getting your first job and learning how to maximize that opportunity, there's going to be some insecurity there. There's a learning curve there. The best opportunity to move into after you get the proper amount of experience. That's another learning curve. Getting your first truck, that's a learning curve. That's a fearful spot that I'm at right now. I'm feeling the same fear that you're feeling right now towards getting started in trucking. I'm feeling that same insecurity towards getting my own truck. Okay, I'm feeling the same exact thing. I've been going back and forth with this for a while. I actually saw a post on Facebook just the other day where the guy was basically addressing this, but at the owner operator level. He was letting people know. His post basically said, people always say you got to have 20K to get started as an owner operator. And then he said, I started with 9K and I'm all right. And there was a lot of comments on the post, but if as I read through his comments on the post, his main point was, if you continue to wait, if you continue to feel the fear and not move as a result of it, which, Jordan, I don't think that you're dealing with this, but some people do. If you continue to feel the fear and not move past it, then you'll never move. You'll never jump. And his point was, start where you are and start with what you have, and you'll figure the rest out along the way. That was his point in that post. And I'm seeing that is true. Like I said, at every juncture that I've had in trucking. One more thing I want to address that you said, that you asked about, how did I overcome those fears when I first got started in trucking? My story was a little bit different than yours when I first got started in trucking. I had a relative. My dad has been in trucking his whole life for the most part. He's done over the road, flatbed. He's done all of that good stuff. He came to me about 5 years ago and he's like, my health is getting bad and I need to put somebody in the truck. I need you to get your CDL. So I was working a regular non-CDL job. I went to CDL school, got my CDL. And then the very next day when I went to my job, the company I was working for lost their authority, lost their DOT number. And they had big trucks that they worked with as well. So I was driving a non-CDL truck. So the boss, he knew me and he knew my dad. He said, listen, man, the problem that we got to work out to get our trucks back on the road don't involve you. It don't involve the non-CDL truck. It involves all these other big trucks. So if you want to go ahead and start working with your dad, you can. So that very next day, I started working with my dad. So I guess what I'm trying to say is I never really felt the fear and uncertainty of not having a job. Like all I did was step into the same job that my dad was already doing, which was a local job. So I didn't really come in like you did, and I didn't feel the fear at the point that you're feeling, or the insecurity that you're feeling right now. Again, I have felt that at several points in my trucking career, and I am feeling it right now as an owner operator. But you know what? It's not courage if you don't feel fear. Right? It's not courage if you don't feel fear. So when you feel fear, that means that you're pushing into the unknown. That means that that means that you're expanding, and that's a good thing. That's definitely a good thing, right? So I just wanted to address your comment, Jordan Cowthorne. And again, I never get a chance to record from home because my house is always noisy. And so I wanted to come on and hang out with you guys for a little bit. That was it for Jordan's comment. I want to read through you guys' comments and see if you guys got anything in here that I can chat about real quick, because my wife is about to get home in a little bit, right? That's audio, right? You guys are letting me know about the audio. Highway Kurt says, love your channel. Appreciate you, bro. Laz F. Diz. Yo, my boy DMX. I don't know why y'all call me DMX, man. My voice don't sound nothing like DMX. Binyam Deferez. Yes. Eli Oakley, 50 years old and need a career pronto. So this is a good topic. I saw somebody post the other day, Eli. They asked a question, which in my opinion was crazy. The guy posted somewhere on Facebook. He said he's 53 years old, too old to be just getting into trucking and learning how to drive a truck. And everybody, like 300 people on the post responded, hell no. Hell no, absolutely not. So good to have you here, Eli. Chris Ashby, you are one of the best to watch on here. Keep it up, my man. Appreciate you, Chris. I appreciate that, man. It's always good to see that people appreciate what you're working on. Bis Rays, I'm still looking for my first job after paying for school. Everyone asking for experience. Bis Rays, I did a video the other day with an interview the other day with Elijah Dean from truckerjobsusa.com. Did you see that video? Have you gone to that link? Are you familiar with that website? We was talking about it on the interview, which I will be uploading part 2 later on this evening. Elijah told me, yo, if you're having a problem finding a job as a result of a lack of experience, you need to call him. He didn't guarantee anything, but he said people need to get in touch with him. All right. So truckerjobsusa.com. The gentleman's name is Elijah Dean. Okay. Reggie, I've had my CDL for 6 months now and haven't used it yet. How come you haven't used your CDL yet, Reggie? I'm hoping that's because you got a job that's treating you so good that you ain't even worried about using your CDL. I hope that's the case. If it's not, if it's a situation with finding a job, I would recommend that you check out truckerjobsusa.com. I'll be honest with you guys, that's not a site or a resource that I've used myself. Again, I'm self-employed in trucking, and I hope to stay self-employed in trucking. I hope to never have to, look for a job in trucking. But Elijah Dean, I met him. We've talked off camera. We talked on camera. He seems like a very legitimate guy. And he says he gets goose pimples from helping truckers find ways to pay their bills. So truckerjobsusa.com if you're having a problem, if either one of you guys, Biss Reyes or Reggie, is having a problem finding a job. Chris Ashby, I finally found a regional company that would take a chance with me, fresh out of CDL school with all of my endorsements. And then I effed my back up the day I was supposed to move into the truck. Man, that has got to suck, man. Oh, that has got to suck. So Chris, I guess obviously, he says finally he found a regional company that would take a chance with him, fresh out of CDL school, which all you guys know is not necessarily easy to find. And soon as he was about to get started, he messed his back up. You guys that are on here that are having a problem finding jobs, if there are any of you on here, Chris Ashby is a prime example of, it's possible to come right out of CDL school and not necessarily have to go OTR. Generally speaking, when people come out of CDL school, they go straight into OTR. Jordan Calthorne, the gentleman that I'm responding to, he's prepared to go to go out on the road and go OTR. But some people don't want to do that. I know plenty of people that got their CDL and came out and got local work. So while it's not the general thing, it's not what normally happens. It's not the normal path of getting started in trucking, but it is a path. It is definitely a path, and it is something that you can do. You do have to be let me pull up this chat. You do have to be resourceful in order to do that. It's not something that you're going to be able to just pull up or on ZipRecruiter or find, by just kind of randomly looking. It's not easy to find those type of gigs, but that sucks, man. You messed your back up before you even got started good. Benny M. Deferez, bro, I need your help now. I can contact you, please. Listen, the best way to contact me and stay close with me, the best way for me to do this right now, because some of you guys send me emails and your emails get lost. Okay, I'll be honest with you. I would love to be able to respond to all of them, but a lot of them I'll see them and it's like, all right, I'm gonna get back to responding to this. And when I get back to responding to it, I can't find it. So if you want to stay close, the best thing to do as of right now is join the new community that I just launched, community.thehelpfultrucker.com. I got a couple of videos on my channel sharing with you the purpose of the community and why I created it. It's new, and I'll be honest, we don't have a whole lot of activity going on in there right now. But the purpose of that community was to basically put you guys that are looking online for information to help you pass your CDL test and get started successfully in trucking, to basically put you guys all on one platform where you can where it's easy to link up with each other. Okay. And that's what I've created inside of that community. So the plan was I launched it January the 15th, and the plan initially was, and I just announced this today, so I guess this is good that I got you guys here. The plan initially was to launch for beta January the 15th and close the beta launch February the 1st. And if you joined during beta, then it was free for 30 days and then $9.99 a month if you choose to stay in the membership. My plan was to open the membership back up March the 1st and then charge $20 a month. And I won't get into how I was going to do all that stuff, but that was the basic plan. Well, what I've just decided to do is keep the group free. Is make the group free right now. Okay, so you can go to community.thehelpfultrucker.com. The community, I still got the beta plan set up. So if you go over there, you'll join through the beta plan, and it's going to tell you, it's free for 30 days and it's $9.99 in 30 days. But I'm going to change that so you can join, and I'm going to keep the community free until I get a lot of activity going on over there. It's easier for me to manage conversations over there, and it's easy for you to be able to reach out to me over there as well, instead of sending a message to my email and it getting lost in my inbox. So if you want to stay close, right? If you are looking to get started in trucking and you do think you could use some help, if you're looking for some assistance getting through the process of getting your CDL and getting started, come on over to the community, man. It's free right now. And again, the purpose is to come in and I want you guys to be able to link up quickly with the people that are doing exactly what you're doing. I want you to be able to link up quickly with the information that's right in line with what you're looking for. That's the purpose of the platform. As far as I'm concerned, it's too many of you guys that are posting comments to people that can't help you. Okay, so I'm a local driver, right? I'm not OTR, never been OTR, and I'm self-employed. But a lot of you guys will ask me, you're like, hey, well, is Prime a good company to go with? Or what's the best company to go with, right? Now, you don't know that I don't have any experience in that area. But I just wonder every time I see that question, how many other people or posts are you doing that to, right? And there's no use in wasting your time, right? You want to be asking a person that can help you. That's the purpose of this community, essentially, to make it so that you can connect easily with the individual that's doing what you want to be doing or doing what you are doing to help you through the process. Community.thehelpfultrucker.com. Let me get back to these few comments here. I appreciate you guys being here, man. Give me a like if you're getting if you're getting any value from this. All right, boom. You got quite a few comments on here. Great day. You got quite a few comments on here. All right, boom. Here we go. Asefa, Wasi, Bisrays, contact Melton Truck Line. They'll take you with no experience. This is that you see what just now happened, Bisrays? Asefa Wasi sent you a resource. I'm not sure if you're familiar with Melton or not, but just like that, he's like, hey, they'll take you with no experience. If you can find a way to link up with the people that know what you need to know, it's gonna make it that much easier. That happened just now with Asefa and Bisrays, but the purpose of putting the community together at community.thehelpfultrucker.com was that exact thing that just now happened right there. Bisrays says, thanks, bro. So obviously he got that already. Cue the music. What up, my guy? What up, homie? Good to have you here. Rich Felon Trucking. Sup, my guy? Appreciate you having here, Rich Felon. Raquel Sanders. I take my CDL test tomorrow. Wish me luck. Good luck, Raquel Sanders. Cue the music. About to get my CDL. Good on you, my man. Eli Oakley says, right on. Thank you, bud. Richard Paget, battling that now. Got my CDL permit. Starts school in March. Until then, about to drive with a family logging company. I was just up the street with my cousin. That's why I just now finished getting my hair cut just a few minutes ago. My cousin right up the street. He's a logger. A lot of my family is into logging. Richard. Bubba Spark, what do you prefer, flatbed or dry van? I made more when I was doing flatbed. I can't say I prefer that work anymore. I don't feel like messing with straps and stuff. You know what I mean? I'd rather you just throw it in a box and me close the doors up and go on down the road, right? I don't like messing with straps that much if I don't have to. CDL, if you don't know this already, CDL stands for can't do labor. Okay, can't do physical labor, all right? I don't get paid for physical labor. So I don't want to be messing with straps unless I'm gonna get paid. For it. When I was messing with flatbed before, like I said, I made more on that, but they didn't actually pay us for messing around, with the strap. So good question, Bubba. Eli Oakley says, how much can I expect to pay for CDL school? Between $4,000 and $6,000, Eli. That's what I would say. The school that I went to, which was Shipper's Choice in Chester, Virginia. I'm not sure what state you're in, but they were a third party school, you could say. They weren't affiliated with any trucking school, and they also weren't like at a technical college or anything either. Um, they were their own independent company, so they couldn't put you to work or anything like that afterwards. But they were charging $5,000 up front. But if you needed financing, they had partnered up with a third-party finance company, and they could refer everybody to the finance company. And the finance company pretty much accepted any kind of credit an individual would have. And so if you got approved for the loan, the money went to the school, and then you paid the finance company back, right? So, but I would say between $4,000 and $6,000, and I'm in Virginia, okay? Derek Watson, driver plus Pulse is the job app. PV Ray, just got my CDL a few weeks ago. Your videos helped me out. Thanks for letting me know that, PV Ray. I appreciate that. Delvin Green, what up, homie? Good to have you here. Culinary Goon. That's a funny name. Culinary Goon. I like that. Thank you for all your help. Thanks for being here, Culinary Goon. I appreciate you, man. Kenneth Smith. I'm still getting practice from a friend. Can only do training on Saturdays, but I'm getting it soon. Getting my CDL. Got the CLP. That'll help you out a whole lot, man. Being able to train with somebody on the weekends, right? Just familiarizing yourself. Just getting comfortable being behind the wheel of a truck. That's going to help you out. That's going to help you out a whole lot when it comes time to road tests, okay? A lot of people, there's people that fail and know how to drive the truck, but they fail because they got an instructor next to them and they're just nervous, right? Because they just not that comfortable being behind the wheel of a truck yet. So that's going to help you out a whole lot. Erica Young says, I'm in school now. Culinary Goon, Monday I'm going to the DMV on Monday for my CDL permit. Good luck, Culinary Goon. Reggie, unemployment pay beans, good, but we'll run out. And I need to clear my system of cannabis. Is cannabis still frowned upon? It's changing. It's changing, right? It's changing. I can't say that, I would assume that I don't care how much the view changes on cannabis. I'm assuming that the trucking industry will probably always deal with it, like alcohol, right? So, even if cannabis becomes legal, you ain't gonna be able to ride around high, and you definitely can't turn in a piss test, a dirty piss test. You know what I mean? You can't do that. So, but yeah, there's a lot of people that every day that are frowning on cannabis less and less. Rich Felon Trucking, I came out of school and hauling hazmat locally. Good job. Good on you, bro. Eli Oakley, 4K for CDL school. Holy smokes. It's expensive, but in the long run, man, trucking can change for some people, it changes their life. I would say, looking back, the $5,000 that it costs to go to trucking school, it's a drop in the bucket. It you know what I mean? Especially when you compare it to what it costs to get a college education. When you compare it to that and what you can do with that afterwards. I know a lot of people that got their degrees and they ain't never made a dime with it. So when you compare it to that, I would definitely say that it's well worth it. Mikey 23, my phone is about to go dead. I need to get a charger. 23, yes. Old working, making $45K a year in LA County. Want to get my CDL. Do you recommend going into food transportation? To do local, I'm assuming, because a lot of people that go into food transportation are doing local. Or are you talking about reefer? I'm not sure which one you're talking about. I've never done food transportation, but I mean, I can't see any reason why not. I can't see any reason why not. My school was 2100 in California. Appreciate you, Culinary Goon, for throwing that in there. Joshua White, looking to get started in trucking. Any tips? Absolutely. Go to the Helpful Trucker YouTube channel and just have at it. Eli Oakley, thank you, Culinary. Mikey 23, they charged me $3,100 to learn stick. I guess they're just teaching you. You're at a school or something like that. It's just teaching you how to drive, and they or how to shift. And they charging you $3,100. That sounds a bit steep to me, bro. I'll be honest with you. Do you have any experience with tankers from Flot NC? I do not. Am I way out in left field having my CDL permit and tanker endorsements? No. Wanting to drive tankers and no experience? I don't know that for sure. I don't have any experience with that. But I wouldn't say so. No, I wouldn't say so. Eli Oakley says, all right, is there a CDL school in Tucson? Highway Kurt, yes, bro, get clean first. Like at least 90 days to be clean. Absolutely. Gregory Harris. Hey B, I'm Greg and I'm 51. Thanks, Highway Kurt. I'm in the same boat as you. I'm just scanning through these. My phone is about to go dead. What's your take on the rollout of self-driving trucks? It's coming. That's my take. When, I don't know, but it's coming. Technology is happening, whether we want it to or not. All right. All right, guys. I'm ready to hop off here. You guys got a lot of more comments on here. I'm so sorry if I didn't get to all of them. My phone is about to go dead. I'm gonna hop back on live. I'm trying to hop on in the next few days again, y'all. I'm gonna try to hop on again in the next few days. Hey, reach out at community.thehelpfultrucker.com if you wanna get close, if you got questions, if you want to link up, if you want to be able to get a response a little bit quicker. From me, go join the community. I'm gonna upload part 2 of the interview that with Elijah Dean. I'm gonna upload that here in a few minutes, and I'm gonna go ahead and hop off. I appreciate all of you guys for being here. I appreciate all of your comments. I'm so sorry I couldn't get to all of them. There's a lot of good ones here, and I'm gonna lose them as soon as I click off. But I appreciate you guys being here. I will see you on the next video. I will see you on the next live stream. Mr. Helpful Trucker, we out.